We come to you from South Florida. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And Jay, it's Miami-Dade County. It's the land of D. Wade. It's a place unlike any other.
No doubt about it, Ed. Every time you see the Flash play, it reminds you of greatness. No doubt he's going to show that tonight on the court.
Won by the San Antonio Spurs. To Aldridge. DeRozan, deep right corner. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Dragic with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Waiters matched up with Aldridge. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Wide open look, won't go. Right shot, no good. Dragic into the front court. He'll run the offense. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. San Antonio ball. To Aldridge. Gets it in the left corner. And count the basket inside.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Dragic with it. They trail by 2. Here comes the screen. Jakob Poeltl with a piece. That's out. Last touch by Goran Dragic. To Aldridge. DeRozan. Shot from the lane won't go. Dragic with the basketball. Down 2. To Waiters. Spurs have it. To DeRozan. Nothing going here on that drive. DeRozan to Aldridge. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Dragic into the front court. Down 4. Adebayo defended by the former Longhorn Aldridge. That is great vision to set it up. Short jumper off the mark.
These shots aren't falling, Ed, because these guys keep baiting on all their jumpers up and down in the same spot.
DeRozan. His first effort off the mark. Olenek defended by DeMar DeRozan. Jakob Poeltl tips it. Desperation shot here from half court. The first quarter's complete. The Spurs have the lead. One quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
To Dragic. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And that's what this game is. As the game plays, you have to adjust on the fly. That delivers the element of surprise.
And he draws the contact. LaMarcus Aldridge will go to the line for 2.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Off the mark on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. It's the Heat with the possession. Dragic. To Aldridge.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Bam Adebayo sends it away. DeRozan.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
To DeRozan. Lets it fly from long range.
To number 20, Justice Winslow. That's his first.
DeMar DeRozan is going to get 3 shots here for his career, 82%. And he connects on the first free throw. Second free throw off the mark. Still one to come. Dragic with it, trailing by 4. Here comes the screen. Winslow, guarded by Jakob Poeltl. To Dragic. It's DeRozan, the rebound. San Antonio with the basketball. To DeRozan. Aldridge. To DeRozan. Five to shoot for San Antonio. 4-3. Hits it. And the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm. And that's what we saw.
Derek White with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. You can count that one a 4-point play. Miami with the basketball. To Waiters. Probing the defense. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. Waiters. That's good D. Shot no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Jumper's good.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Dragic picked up by Derek White. To Waiters. Deep left corner. Dragic. Jakob Poeltl sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Trying to cash in. Not that time. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Kelly Olynyk at the line for two shots. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. 20-footer at the buzzer. It's good at the buzzer. Nice finish and more cash in the bank as we've hit the break. That's it. First half has come to an end. The Spurs way out in front.
Thanks, Ed. The Spurs are really feeling it today with an offense that looks stunning. The way they play here today makes me think it's not going to stop in the upcoming half. I'm very impressed by their offense, and even better, their team chemistry. Have a look at the leading scorers for the San Antonio Spurs. The Heat may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Field goals.
The Miami Heat weren't efficient with their shooting, and therefore they weren't effective with their offense. Their field goal percentage is lacking, and it's probably the biggest reason for their first half deficit. Most of their bricks were laid in the opening quarter.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Dragic with the basketball. His guys trail by 10. Jakob Poeltl with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Nothing going here on that drive. Waiters against Poeltl. Dion Waiters. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
DeRozan to Aldridge. Another chance. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Dragic into the front court. Trailing by 10. Here comes the screen. Dragic against White. Fires the three. Man, he's shifty. Tough defensive assignment. Goran Dragic with the answer.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
To Aldridge. Shot from in close, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Dragic with it. The margin standing now at 7. Goran Dragic. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5. DeRozan with the basketball to Aldridge. Baseline drive. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there.
And if I'm on the defensive end, this is where I apply more pressure. I want to make sure this guy does not get going in the second half.
Waiters. To Dragic. Shot clock winding down. Count the bucket for 2.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
DeRozan with it. His guys can get a 2 for 1 if they time this out. To Aldridge. DeMar DeRozan. 3 for 6 now.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Dragic with the basketball. The deficit now up to 5. Here comes the screen. Jakob Poeltl snatching it out of the air. The rebound taken by the Spurs. A shot at the buzzer. Add 2 points to the board. 3 quarters complete. The Spurs have the lead. It's the Spurs with the basketball. As we begin the 4th quarter, they have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the 4th quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the 4th.
Miami's got it. Dragic. Here comes the screen. Around the perimeter to Dragic. Fires the 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
DeMar DeRozan. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
And that one out of bounds off a Spur. It's the Heat with the possession. To Dragic. Going to launch beyond the arc. Goran Dragic. That was huge. And with it, he's 4 of 10 tonight.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Justice Winslow, couple of free throws on the way. A career 65% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. Has a chance, just not going down.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Now the Heat going to use a timeout, but this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence.
Space is limited, so you must act soon. Visit our team website for more details.
Dragic to Waiters. Dragic to Waiters. For three, Dion Waiters locked in, and that's always dangerous.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
And now an intentional foul, so they'll send him to the line. 2 free throws here means it's a 3-possession game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
First one, count it. Two for 2 on that trip. We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again.
Nominations for our community's Teacher of the Year. The winner will receive courtside seats and a halftime presentation in his or her honor. Nominations can be submitted on our team website.
leaders. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
And here's an intentional foul. That's free throws. Clock stops with 13 seconds to play.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Short jumper won't go down. It's the Spurs who are victorious as they get a good win on the road. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Spurs came away with the victory in this one. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the San Antonio Spurs. The Heat couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Field goals.
The Miami Heat made it pretty easy for us to determine why they lost, and it was clearly their poor shooting. Even if we hadn't watched this game, all it would take is one look at their field goal percentage to make an educated guess. They really dug themselves a hole in the opening quarters.
Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.